Good morning, guys. My name is Mickey B, and today I'm here with Chrysann. And Chrysann and I have known each other for about a year now.
Yeah.
A little bit, maybe over a year. And I have loved watching your journey, just kind of grow as a person, and this creative side of you. You know, I started following you on Instagram, and you're very active on Instagram, which is something really important for me when I'm like choosing kind of a guest to bring on here, because I like people who like to share about themselves to the world, because it also means that I think you're willing to share like messages to the world, especially to the youth, which is really important for me. So, Chrysann, you do a little bit of everything. You're a model, you're a photographer, makeup artist. I just saw you do Phoenix Fashion Week recently.
Yep.
And so you just do kind of a whole realm of stuff. How'd you get into like makeup to start off with?
Yes. So,
How old were you when you started doing other people's makeup, like for the first time?
yeah, for the first time, it was when I was 18, 19.
How old are you now?
I'm 20 now.
So you've only been doing it for like 2 years.
Yeah, for 2 years.
And you're already doing like Phoenix Fashion Week here in
Yeah,
Arizona and stuff,
yeah.
which is that's pretty impressive.
It is.
That's great.
Yeah, when you think about it, honestly, it's really impressive. I mean, honestly, I kind of like shocked myself.
Yeah.
Honestly.
And they reached out to you, so like that's
Yes.
awesome to get that recognition, which I really think is like the importance of being on social media, is that's how people find you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've only been doing it for a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
What like got you to start doing it? What made you decide that like I want to do makeup on other people instead of just on myself?
It was through photography that got me through that wanted me to do makeup on other people. It was through photography.
So were you like taking photos of other people, maybe saw their makeup and was like, I could do something similar. I could even do a better job than
It was that, because I was doing a photo shoot for a woman in my town back in Milford, Pennsylvania, where I used to live.
Gotcha.
And
I've never heard of Milford.
I know, it's a really small town on the border of New York and New Jersey and Pennsylvania.
Gotcha.
And I was doing a photo shoot for her boutique.
Okay.
And I needed models. And of course, you know, models need to wear makeup.
Yeah.
So I had to do a bunch of research, and I needed the girls to do their own makeup, but some of the girls didn't know how to do makeup.
Okay.
So that was the very first time I did makeup on the girls.
Did you know then that was going to be the start to your makeup artistry?
That was the first time I realized, I think I like this.
Yeah, like I enjoy this.
That was kind of like my introduction to makeup.
It's funny how some things in life just work out like that, totally unexpected.
Yeah,
because you didn't know that those girls weren't going to know how to do their makeup, and then that you were going to have to do it. Look at where you are now.
I know, and honestly, that was, you know what's so funny? That was my first time to actually color matching one of the girls without her even there. I went to Walmart, and she sent me the picture of her skin via text. And she's like, this is my undertone. And I was like, okay. And I literally color matched her over text at Walmart.
And what is color matching for someone who's not in makeup?
Yes, color matching is...
not someone being me.
Yeah, no. So for instance, color matching is the person of someone's, you know, like shade.
So like my brown.
Right, yes. It has nothing to do with like someone being black or white.
Okay.
It's just the color of like their skin, like the undertone, them being like pink, yellow.
So this is where you get like
warm,
people who sometimes they have like the makeup and you can tell it's totally different from their skin tone and it just like doesn't blend together.
Yeah.
So
something like that.
So what you do is make sure that it does kind of look flawless going from like their skin tone to their face.
Right. And making sure that it's like even.
Gotcha.
If that makes sense.
Yes.
Like you don't want to have like a line, like a miss, like and not something that doesn't match.
Right.
You know, like something that's too light, too dark, or too yellow.
Yes.
Something like that.
Yeah, I see it.
Orange.
I mean, I've never done makeup, but I definitely see it when people have like their makeup is beautiful. Like everything's done so great, but you can tell there's just this like straight line on their neck area where it's just like a super separation between the colors.
Yes.
Yeah. So color grading, or what do you call it?
A mismatch.
No. What you were doing for the girl, color grading?
No. Color match.
Color matching.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So that's what you do for people now, where you're making sure that it matches their skin.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
So in terms of your makeup journey, now that you're here where you're at after a couple of years, what's the continued goal? What do you want to do in the future?
That's a really good question.
Have you thought about it, or are you just enjoying what you're doing right now, living in the moment?
Yeah, right now I think I'm enjoying the moment.
Okay.
But I've done a lot of thinking. I work at Sephora.
Okay.
Right now.
Gotcha.
I'm enjoying that so far. But I don't know. I think maybe I should say this on the podcast. Who knows?
Okay.
But it's kind of big.
Okay, go for it. Let's announce it.
It's very ambitious.
Okay, I love ambition.
Yes.
Fortune favors the bold. Everybody loves ambition.
Yeah. But I think I might want to come out with my own makeup line.
Okay, that is ambitious. That's awesome.
Yes.
Okay, well, I don't wear makeup, but I wish you the best in that.
Thank you.
I will gladly promote you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But what makes you want to do that? Would it just be easier for you as a makeup artist to have like your own stuff, or do you want to like give to the world in some way?
Well, now that since I work at Sephora, I've had a lot of women come to me, and they tell me that I have a talent, and
nice.
they tell me that I have an eye for color matching and all of that.
Yeah.
I think that I definitely see color differently from other people.
Okay.
That I just have an eye for this.
Yeah, talent of it.
Yeah. So yeah. And they tell me that like I'm different from other people and that I could help people, and that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
And I just want to come out with a different line from other brands,
Yeah.
So I really want to make a foundation that's unique for everybody.
Okay.
I want to come out with something different. I don't know. I'm trying to like figure out
how
can I stand out from, Armani or Gucci or, Dior.
Right.
My favorite line is Makeup Forever. I'm wearing their foundation today. I absolutely love that brand. I would totally collaborate with them.
Yeah.
So like, how can I reach out to Makeup Forever and collaborate with them? Like, I'm an unknown makeup artist, and like, I would totally, let's make something together. Like, I would totally do that.
Yeah.
I would totally I want to get my brand into Sephora.
Right.
I would definitely want that to happen. Or like even Ulta. I would totally collaborate with Pat McGrath. I would definitely do that. I'd love for that to happen too.
Okay.
So.
Well, it all starts with an idea, and I mean, 2 years ago, makeup artistry was just an idea, even a coincidence, and you're here now. You're good. Yeah. So you're here now, and so that's awesome. I look forward to that journey.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. I don't know, but I was even thinking maybe Kiana might want to collaborate with me because she has a skincare brand.
Yeah, love Kiana.
I love makeup. Maybe her and I can.
Hey, maybe it happens. We'll see.
Hey, who knows?
Shout out Kiana.
I know, right, Kiana? Yeah. Kiana, if you're watching.
So, kind of switching lanes a little bit.
Yeah.
Into mental health, but still related into this like makeup and modeling world. I think one of the things that I have seen in people who are like really ambitious to want to be models, or even people who are really already superstar models throughout the world, is their mental health and how they deal with like their self-image and stuff. It's one of the things that I see is people struggling with their own image of themselves. How do you feel about like that topic where people struggle with seeing themselves as beautiful? Because everybody's beautiful, but not everybody sees that.
Yeah.
So what advice would you give to people who don't feel beautiful in like their own skin?
Yeah, that's definitely hard.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because with makeup, I think makeup is great, but do you ever feel like some people maybe rely too much on the makeup for their own self-image?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. I think a lot of people in this world rely too much on makeup.
Okay.
Definitely. I think even girls like at 13, 14 rely heavily on makeup. Mm-hmm. I mean, when I was in high school, I knew girls that rely a lot on makeup, like girls that would go to practice in cross country and run in makeup.
In full makeup.
In full makeup.
Damn, that sounds...
Yeah, and in track, would run in full makeup. and wouldn't let any other guys see them without makeup on.
Yeah, and like it never let anybody really see them without makeup on it, which is paradoxical because as a guy and like I've had this conversation with so many guys, like we love a bare face. Like we love when women, we love when women can just have their bare face and feel confident in it because beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And like I also think beauty, confidence really is super attractive. But like for somebody to just like, we love it when a girl can wear her bare face and just be confident in it. It just makes her so much more attractive because she's confident in her own skin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know. How do you feel about that?
I think for girls, it can be very hard because I think for girls, we do try to understand where a guy's coming from. For us, girls get acne at that age, and acne is very hard to deal with.
For sure.
I struggle with acne tremendously, and I get cystic acne.
Okay.
So it's very hard, and a lot of people make comments to me, and they point it out to me all the time.
Yeah.
So, and I hear it all the time, and especially on my job, people just point it out to me. They never let me forget it. It's just very annoying, and
absolutely.
Yeah, and it's I just like can't stop thinking about it.
And it's like, guys, if I could do something about this, I would.
Totally.
And I get that because like there's certain things that I can't eat or they make me break out.
Right, they make me break out. And like, believe me, if I could like put a paper bag over my face, I would. Like,
well, I don't know about that. You're
I don't
beautiful,
know. Like,
so.
I know, yeah. Like, yeah. But like, sometimes I want to do that, but like other times I don't.
But it sucks because like it's for a guy, you know, like when I'm tired and people tell me, you look tired. Like, you know, it rolls off the shoulder now, but at one point when I wasn't as secure in myself, like that shit would like hit and just like, oh, I look bad. And then I just felt like I looked bad that all day. Like, and so I think that it's really other people who the comments that they make towards us is what makes us insecure and want to like in some way cover it up. Because when I would get that like comment, like you look tired, I actually went out and bought like an eye thing. In order
concealer?
No, not a makeup thing, but like a cream, like an eye cream.
Okay, yeah.
In order to try to fix that, because I was self-conscious about it because people were pointing it out, and so it's hard to be a young woman like in this day and age.
No, it really is because unfortunately, when people make a comment, we take it personally.
Yeah.
And it really affects us, unfortunately, and that applies to everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, men and women, boys and girls.
Men and women, boys and girls, like anybody.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. It's just like, and I think it's sad. And I wish people wouldn't make comments.
Right.
Because it's like, I already know that I look tired. I already know that I have acne on my face.
Right.
I already know
I saw myself in the mirror this morning.
I saw myself in the mirror. I already know that my face looks like a beet. I already know that my face is red. Like, I already know this. I already know that.
Right,
like
you don't have to tell me.
You don't have to tell me. Like, I already know.
Unless it's words of encouragement. Like,
yeah, like, why don't you tell me my face looks beautiful? Why don't you tell me that my eyes are hazel? Like, why don't you tell me that my teeth are really white? Or like, why don't you tell me I have pretty lips?
Right,
or
why do you have to point out the opposite?
Like, why can't you tell me, like, nice
I want to tell you a story that completely changed my life.
What?
So in 7th grade, so I have my two front teeth. They're a little apart, right? And I've known that, but they used to be even more apart. I've done Invisalign and I just didn't finish it. But in 7th grade, I had this middle school English teacher who she was doing like her one-on-ones where she'd sit us all down and like, you know, one-on-one and just give us some feedback. And I don't know what she said that made me laugh, but when I laughed, I smiled really big. And then she was like, "Oh, you have a great smile." And so since that day, even though I've always known I've had a little bit of crooked teeth, I really felt like I had a beautiful smile. And it was that one compliment. And then after then, I just love smiling. And to this day, I still get that compliment. You have a great smile. But it was that one moment and that one compliment that just completely changed the perspective I had of my teeth. Because I stopped caring about my teeth and I started caring about my smile. And so to like your point, you know, like you don't have to tell me all the things I already know about myself. But point out the things that you like about me. I think people should give more compliments, just not hesitate to give them.
I agree. I agree.
Well, shoot. Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Yeah.
That was we got sidetracked, but
yeah, we did a little bit.
But going kind of back to mental health. Mental health is really important to you.
Yeah.
Why?
It's very important to me because I struggle with mental health. I've been diagnosed with bipolar, ADHD, depression, anxiety.
Gotcha.
a panic attack disorder,
Gotcha.
a sleep disorder. Yeah.
So yeah, a lot.
I have a lot. Yeah. Yeah.
That's a lot. So
It
how
is
do
a lot.
you seem to be doing great right now?
Yeah.
So I don't know. We never know the behind the scenes of people's lives, but for anybody out there who's struggling with mental health, like as somebody who has been diagnosed with these conditions and is persevering through them, what advice do you have for somebody kind of going through the same thing that might be a little lost right now?
Yeah. Well, definitely one. Don't feel bad. Definitely don't feel bad. Okay.
Did you feel bad? Or maybe you didn't know like how to feel.
To be honest, I actually never felt bad.
Okay.
I don't know why. I never felt bad. I never felt heard.
From like your peers,
from
teachers,
peers, from doctors,
parents, things like who?
From no one.
No one.
For years.
Okay.
Because
you're 20 now, so this must have been when you were youngin'.
Since I was 2.
Oh, so like itty bitty.
Yes.
And
I had classic signs of ADHD since I was 2.
Uh-huh.
Classic signs of like ADHD, so like when you're 2, you're crazy, right?
Yeah.
Like it's normal to hit people when you're 2. Like it's normal to push people. You're 2. Like what do you know? What do you know?
Yeah.
Like
it's a terrible twos for a reason.
It's a terrible twos for the reason. But when you're 2 with ADHD, you're a little bit more aggressive.
Okay.
And you're a little bit more.
So you're just like beating kids in the playground, or?
Okay, no, I didn't do that, but I was a little bit more. I'm trying to find the right words here.
You're good.
Maybe not defiant, but like.
You were
a tomboy. There we go.
Okay.
I was very. Yeah, I was a tomboy.
Okay.
I would play with the boys. Like I would be like out with the boys.
Yeah.
Like I would play like cops and robbers. Like I would like.
Was this
I would like roughhouse.
Was it like cousins, siblings?
No. What do you mean?
Like the boys? Were these like you just like being with the boys?
I would go play with the boys.
Yeah,
like,
it just felt natural there.
It would. Oh yes.
Yeah.
Like I was not with the girls whatsoever. The girls and we were like not friends.
Gotcha.
We would not click. They hated me.
You hated them?
No,
you didn't.
I would actually try to be friends with them.
And that's
I really tried to be friends with them, but they didn't like me. They treated me horribly. I remember this vividly in preschool. I have a full recollection of when I was 2. Wow. In preschool.
Yeah.
Like I remember this vividly. And they hated me. And but like I remember like I had so much energy. Okay. I could not contain myself. Yeah. And I could not play princess whatsoever.
Which is a very calm
princess.
Tea activity.
Oh yes. Oh God, no. I could not do that.
And not to make it like a boys girls thing, but they're typically.
I could not be the damsel in distress.
Gotcha.
No.
Gotcha.
I wanted to be the knight in shining armor. Like I wanted to be, like charging after the dragon, fighting, I wanted to be out there with the boys,
I got you.
So
you're like a Mulan.
Yes, I wanted to be Mulan. Yeah, that's who I wanted to be.
Gotcha.
So yeah, and I just naturally just got along with the boys for some weird reason. And they treated me really nice, except one of the boys was horrible to me.
And your preschool?
Yeah, I can't remember his name. For some weird reason. I don't remember. And I really, really struggled in school.
Okay.
I just had no patience. Not patience. I just had no focus whatsoever. I struggled to learn my ABCs. I couldn't get the W. See, I went like this naturally. My mom and we would go like this and then like this for the M.
Gotcha.
So all the time. And I go like this naturally all the time. Yeah, so I struggled with my ABCs all the time. And couldn't get that.
And everybody just kind of wrote you off as like, oh, she's just has all this energy, right?
Yeah,
Not thinking she has ADHD.
right.
She's just like, oh,
everyone wrote me off. All the teachers wrote my mom off. My mom would be like, I think she has ADHD.
Oh, so your mom like picked up on it.
My mom picked up on it
Uh-huh.
because my dad has ADD.
Okay.
Which is the old diagnosis.
I would say, what is ADD?
ADD is the same thing as ADHD, but they use ADD. They say ADD for the 70s.
So ADD is attention deficit disorder.
Yes.
And ADHD is attention deficit hyperactive disorder.
Yes.
But they're the same thing?
The same thing, yes. Okay. Same exact thing, but ADHD is the new version, okay?
Of ADD. Yeah, I don't really hear ADD ever nowadays.
Yeah, no. It's the old version.
Okay.
It's the 70s.
So was it just, I mean, I imagine they realized that there was also this hyperactivity, like you're saying, where you just have all this energy.
It's the same thing.
Gotcha.
It's the same exact thing.
It must be really hard for a boy, like I imagine a young boy who has all the same energy that you're talking about, and they just write him off as a boy. It's like, oh, that's just boy things.
No.
Uh-huh.
No. So boys actually get diagnosed with ADHD much sooner than a girl does. Like 10 years earlier than a girl does.
Okay, why is that, do you think?
Because one is because they're men. They're boys.
Uh-huh.
So yes, it is more normal for a boy to be more rough. It is more normal for a boy to be more aggressive. Uh-huh. But when a boy presents to be extremely aggressive and extremely rough and shows in school to be more lacking or just not there, the
doing well academically,
then they're like, okay, so there's an issue here.
Yeah.
So then they get help.
Gotcha, because they're a little louder and stuff.
They're a little louder.
So they just get noticed more.
There's a flag up. There's like a yellow flag. Like, hey, there's an issue here.
Right.
But when a girl presents the same thing,
it's kind of just like
she's not. There's nothing wrong with her.
She's just not smart. Like
they write her off as like she's
who she is.
That's who she is, or like she's not. She's not that smart or whatever. And I personally disagree with that. I believe everyone is smart.
Okay.
And I think people are just natural. I do think there are definitely geniuses. Some people that are just like definitely naturally gifted. My great-grandmother was a genius. Okay. For sure. Yeah. And my uncle was a genius.
What made your great-grandmother a genius?
She took the test.
Oh, there's a test.
There is a test for genius.
So she was like a Elon Musk of her time?
Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, yes.
Gotcha.
She was a genius, for sure. Oh, my God. That woman she had to go.
Wait, this was your grandma or your
my great-grandmother?
Did you get to interact with her?
Yes.
Okay.
She was, oh my goodness. That woman was incredible.
Yeah.
Oh my God. We have to do a podcast on her.
On just
her.
She must have been crazy.
Oh my God, yes. That woman was incredible.
All right, well, for sake of time, kind of wrapping things back into the mental health.
Yes.
So for people who are feeling unheard, maybe like a young person too, because I feel like that's where it's easy to get dismissed. What advice would you have for them if somebody's feeling unheard at 10 years old, let's say?
Yeah, if you think you struggle with mental health, do research. Don't be afraid to do research.
Just like Google and TikTok, and there's so many resources.
Don't go on TikTok.
Don't go on TikTok?
Don't go on TikTok.
Why not?
TikTok is bad advice.
Okay.
Bad advice is not the place to go.
Because anybody can just go on TikTok and throw something
Because anybody can go on TikTok and throw anything out there.
So like Google is going to give you probably better resources for that.
Google is going to give better advice because there's better information out there. Like, there's more reliable information on Google.
Yeah,
so just
and you can choose like the...
You can choose better, there's better things out there because there's more, what's the... websites. That's it. Yeah. There's better websites on there.
Gotcha.
So yeah. And then talk to your parents. If you think you're struggling, talk to your parents. Please get help from a medical professional. That's important. So don't be afraid to admit that you're struggling, okay? There's nothing wrong with that.
Especially for adults too, because like that's kids, but like let's say somebody like closer to our age, full-grown adult, fully developed frontal lobe.
Yeah.
Like how do you know that you're struggling with mental health?
Yeah. If you if you're sitting in a room and you're in quiet and all of a sudden you feel tightness in your chest and the back of your neck gets hot, or if your arms feel tight, or if your stomach hurts, that's anxiety. Or if you're just shaking inside, or if you're just on edge, that's anxiety.
Yeah, because the body will present, like the mind and the body are so linked together, right?
Yes.
So when your mind is not well, typically what will happen is your body's going to react in that same way. And if it's something like stress can go on for so long, but like eventually you see it. But if something like anxiety, panic attacks, like you're going to feel the effects of that right away. Like I've had panic attacks. They're not pretty. Like they feel so dissociating, which is like a fancy word for like you feel so out of your body. I feel like I've literally like watched myself like from above, and it's such a terrible, terrible feeling.
It is.
But that's a sign that like your body is telling you, yo, something's not good up here.
And as someone who has a panic attack disorder, thank God I have medication that fixed that, so I don't get panic attacks anymore. Which is good. But
awesome.
I recently had a panic attack and it felt like I was literally
dying. Feel like you were dying.
I hadn't had one in so long. I actually didn't know what it was, and I was like, holy. Sorry, I was gonna curse, but
no, you're
sorry.
fine.
I was like, holy crap, what the heck is this? I was like, oh my God, am I gonna die? And I was like, what is this? And then I was like, oh my God, that was a panic attack. Like, oh wow, I haven't had this in so long. Wow, this feels horrible. And then
it does.
I was like, I haven't had one in
a really long time.
In a long time. Like,
good for you.
Probably
that you haven't had one in a while.
Yeah, I haven't had one in like 5 years.
And that's kind of the thing too about mental health is like you don't really realize that until after a while that like, whoa, I'm doing way better. Right? It just like as long as I feel like as long as you're just continue to have a goal that like I'm gonna get better. And eventually you kind of just like look back 2 months and you're just like, whoa, like I'm doing way better for myself. And
I mean, I wish I could say for my bipolar, I wish I was doing better on my bipolar.
Okay.
But
what is bipolar?
Bipolar is where you have super high highs and super low lows.
Yes.
And then you have mania.
Mania.
Yeah, mania is where you have really high highs and you can spend a ton of money or you gamble.
So you're just like, there's like you taking risks. There's nothing stopping you.
A lot of risks. Nothing stops you.
Gotcha.
You like.
What are the low lows like?
Lows is like depression, like nobody's business.
Yeah. Like
you cannot get out of bed. You're late to work. You can get you can be suicidal. You can.
I heard this description of depression one time where it's like somebody fills your head with cement. And you're
like
just,
literally.
Yeah, you're just so everything's just so heavy.
Like a ton of bricks are like on your chest or like on your shoulders.
Yeah.
Like literally like that.
Damn. Yeah, but well, I'm glad there's medication that helps people out with that, and we're growing as a society. Well, Chrysann, that is actually, I'm pretty sure we're overtime, so that's all the time we have for today.
Oh no!
But that was a great conversation.
Yeah,
so
no,
thank
it
you
really
so much.
was.
I'd love to do this again. But I always end with a traditional question.
Yeah.
Which is, what is throughout this life? You're 20 years old. Throughout this life, what is the most? Let me rephrase that. So you're 20 years old.
Yes.
Okay. Through those 20 years, what is the most important lesson that you have learned in life?
Perseverance.
What does that mean?
Perseverance, like to me, it's to never give up.
Okay.
To always keep trying.
Okay. I just saw my baby cousin last night. She's like a year and 2 months, and she's learning to walk. And I saw her fall 8 times in like 15 minutes. And every time she fell, she just got right back up. Yeah. Because she's a baby. She doesn't care about everybody watching or what's going on. She just fell and she'd get right back up and she'd fall again. And my uncles are really good. My uncle and my aunt are really good about like just letting her fall and get back up. They don't make a big deal about it. Yeah. So she falls and she just gets back up, and then she goes for like 30 seconds. She falls again and she gets back up. And I feel like that's what perseverance is.
Yeah, no, literally. Yeah. I feel like everyone perseveres in their life without them realizing it.
Oh yeah.
I think like they don't, like a baby perseveres,
Yeah.
and they don't even realize it.
Right.
Like people persevere like in their work, in their job, or you persevere in school, or
because the name of the game is just don't quit.
Yeah, you don't quit. Or like if you're learning to drive, you're persevering. Or,
right.
You know, if you're whatever, like you persevere all the time and you're not even realizing it.
Right. Right. So perseverance, that's the number one thing you'll learn. So just never give up.
Never give up, yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate picking your brain, and cheers to that.
Yeah, cheers to that.